Hello, my friends. Welcome to the stream today. Thank you for being here. I did a little more messing with the microphone, and if you are all down with it, I'd love to do a little bit more testing. You can let me know if you like the sound of the things that I'm messing with or you don't like the sound of the things that I'm messing with. Let's mess with tech, says STS. Opera singing test will not happen, Lucas. Unless it's my husband. Nate can sing. He said, not right now, was his answer. Clorpdonk! Thank you for the stream streak, my friend. Rob says the mic was perfect yesterday. Okay, so maybe I don't need to mess with it. Okay, here's what I messed with so far. I can turn it off, and you can tell me if what I did, if you like it.
Have returned.
We're just messing with stuff. You know. So it's the same mic today. I just have some stuff on it. So here we go. I feel like it might be clipping a little bit today, but let's see. So here's what I got. Do we like it better now? Or do we like it better now? This is going to be like an eyeglasses test. 1 or 2. 1 or 2. So this is all number 2. I'm talking with 2 right now. If you can't hear any difference, that is also fine. This is 2. This is 2, 2, 2, 2. And this is 1. I'm now back to 1. Is it the same? Is it not the same? Sounds the same. Everybody says no difference. Okay. So what that's supposed to do when I have it on, you guys are saying you like 2, so take it. Okay. So is it better now with 2? What that is supposed to do is take out like the fan noise from the PC. 1 is lower than 2. Interesting. It's supposed to like take out the fan noise from the PC and the air conditioner and stuff like that. So again, this is with it off. And this is with it on. Do we like that better? Lucas says if I turn up the speakers, I can hear a slight difference. It's almost like a tunnel. Sounds the same to you, Albarak. So this is with it on. On. This is with it off. Off. Let me know. Let me know what you like better. So I think when you're all saying 2... Oh, hype train! I think what you're saying when you like 2, I'm trying to remember which one I did, but I think that meant off. Same both. Thank you for the hype train, everybody. Yay, huzzah, choo-choo, all aboard. Okay, so I will keep that off then, if it doesn't seem to make a difference. Who made the hype train? Dragon Rider community member Jacob Drake. Shout out to Jacob Drake. Okay. So the way it is now is the way everybody likes it. I'm just checking. Forlorn Knight says 2 is much clearer and slightly louder. So again, that's this. The way it is right now, you like? So I'm just double checking. So again, this is with it off. And this is with it on. Okay. Twitchor says off sounds better. Okay, great. Great. That's like I'm using a walkie-talkie almost. Okay, so off sounds better is what Twitchor says. Okay, then we'll keep it that way. So this is how we're going to keep it for right now. Okay, and then here's one more test of something I did today that I could mess with or not mess with. So this is for the second thing. On. This is with this on, or I can turn it off. So second thing, on. Off. Do we like off? Or do we like on? Which do we like better? So it's on right now. I'm talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it's off and I'm talking again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Junior Dax doesn't hear a change. Alberac likes off better, but Rob likes on better. Yes, that's what I said, lack of words. It's like we're getting new prescription glasses. Off, I hear wind. I prefer one. So that's what this is supposed to do. Is it's supposed to, again, eliminate the background noise of just the room noise. So when this is off, you should hear some room noise. But most people don't like to hear room noise. So if I turn it on, now you should hear no room noise, just my voice. On sounds like voice is higher. That's interesting. So what do we think? This is on. Now I'm talking with it on. Forlorn Knight says on sounds better. Lucas says off sounds better. Clorbdonk says on good. Clorbdonk is spicy today, y'all. Watch out. Okay, so this is with it on. And again, this is with it off. So do we like it? So off, everything off is how I had it yesterday. These were the settings I was rocking with yesterday, is what it's on right now. And then I was like looking up some things to mess with it further to see if I could maximize stuff. And that's where I found some of the settings that I'm working on right now. 16-bit banter, you like, this is all off. We like it all off. 8602 says off is better. It isolates my voice if it's off. Fully focused, headphone on, audio all the way up, but I can still barely tell the difference. Okay. Okay, so you guys like it the way it is right now. Off sounds better. There's a couple other things. Okay, so we took off the noise gate. We took off the noise suppression at this point. Those two things are off. The reason I started really messing with it and updating my mic is because I was getting comments on TikToks I filmed using this setup, and I was getting comments on hosting jobs I had that people thought I sounded like I was using a crummy mic. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm using an expensive mic. So I guess that means I need to either upgrade my microphone or adjust my settings or something like that. But I'm like, I'm using very expensive equipment, so like it should sound good. Okay, so 8602, it changed the sound of my voice. Okay, well, that's good. We don't want that. Okay, so I guess we'll leave everything off then if we think this sounds better. Now, other things that I could try that I haven't tried yet. I know, Enderfire, you feel like you're at the eye doctor and they're so close you just can't choose. I get it, my friend. The other things that I was recommended to try are a compressor so that when I like shout, it's closer to my low volume and doesn't like RIP headphone users. Or a limiter, which would prevent my mic audio from clipping. I don't know how often that's happening right now, but those are kind of like the same thing. So I could use a compressor. Let's see. Let's just see what it sounds like. We're just experimenting at this point. Okay. So if I put on a compressor, let me see. Let me see. A ratio. Does this make any difference? Do we like this now? I just put that on, so we'll see what that looks like. Now I'm trying to find out how to get those levels in. Does that make my voice sound different too? Let me know, let me know. This or this or this or this. I'm actually going to change these settings. And I'm going to change this. Okay, let's see how that sounds. Yes, that's good. 1/3 of threshold. So this should be roughly here. It's very quiet now. I'm sorry, I was talking to myself. It shouldn't be too quiet now. Okay. Suddenly loud, a lot of room noise, but Lack of Words says now it's back to normal. You hear more of Nate now. Okay, let me put this back to this and see if we like that. Suddenly loud, big echo. Okay, we don't want that. How about now? Sounds kind of echoey. We don't like it. Now I'm quiet. Weird. Okay. All right, now I'm just turning it all off and going back to what we had before. So do we like it now? This is what we had before that everybody liked. And this is just, now is good. Okay, great. There's one other thing I can try. And again, maybe all of this is futile. There's one other thing we can try. Let me look. Okay. Let me see if I can get this to work. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This is good, you guys are saying. Okay, one more thing to try. Now, this is supposed to keep my audio from clipping, even if I get like, ah! I mean, it still looks like I'm clipping a little bit, but I don't know if that sounds better or worse to y'all. So this is with it on right now, but I can turn it off. Now it's off. So this is with it off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is with it on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alexander says, but we need clipping noises to test it out. Rob says no difference. I know it did clip anyway. Let me see if I change it to maybe this will be better or worse. Nobody knows. Okay, now hopefully it would help not clip. Does this sound like, I don't know, does this sound like it might clip if I like, hey, that should have still clipped looking at my levels. Trisha showing off her hidden talent of audio. Juggling, no difference. Forlorn says I'm hearing a snare drum or something. You shouldn't be. Is there a snare drum at your house? The hay didn't blow out the speakers. Did anything there blow out the speakers? Because it looked on my end like it should have. Like it should have been really close. But if it didn't, then maybe this is doing what it's supposed to do. All right, so again, this is with it on, and I'm just going to test with it off because I know everybody liked it off. So we're going to test either way. Okay, this is with everything off. This is just the mic, plug and play as it is, out of the box. This is just the microphone with no other thingies on it. And now, this is the microphone with the limiter on it. Do we like the limiter? Let's see. Oh yeah, you guys are hearing the air nailer because there's construction downstairs. There's construction in my house all the time right now due to the flooding. No difference. Okay. Catnip says, I don't like being limited. All right, well, I think I might keep the limiter on then, just to hopefully help prevent clipping. Maybe. But thank you all for testing that out with me. I appreciate you trying to figure this out and get this honed in. Because really, all of these microphones that are like very expensive microphones are meant to be right up in your face. And like, I have that, but I don't want to be a streamer that looks like this all the time. I don't like that. I move around too much. I talk with my hands. Like, I don't want this here in my face. And I understand that, like, if I was doing an ASMR stream or something where, like, audio was super important all the time, that's probably something I would have to do. But same thing here. Like, I find when I'm hosting, like, when I'm doing the news spots, right, especially radio, they get very persnickety about it on radio. But, like, if I'm sitting back here, so I'm in the center of the frame, I have some headroom, right? Then they're all like, can you sit closer to your mic? So Alexander said, is that the mic you just pulled in live? No, that's a different microphone. The one that I just pulled in is the one that I use for podcasting and voiceover recording, because in those situations, it's fine to have the microphone right on your face. The microphone that I'm using right now is this little puppy right down here, which let me move my controller because it's on the cable. But this is what I'm using right now. So really, even this microphone sounds a lot better when it's 4 inches from my face. But I don't want to have a microphone 4 inches from my face because that's a different look. So I'm trying to get the settings right so that I can keep it right here on my desk. I want to keep it right here on my desk so that I can still move around and the camera's not or the microphone's not necessarily in frame, but it still sounds decent. That's what I'm trying to get right now. Because like when I do my YouTube videos, for example, this is kind of the framing and I'm talking to camera and or like recording stuff for TikTok or for anything else. I'm not going to be doing ASMR streams. No, that's true. So catnip, that's what I currently do. You said if you're on radio, maybe bring the microphone closer. For video, microphone out of frame was a little deeper. When the mic was close, your voice was a little deeper. Yeah, so when the mic is close, then it's going to pick up more resonance in your voice, which I always like to be very careful of, because a friend of mine who worked in voiceover casting was telling me that, like, because I had a couple videos go up years ago where people were like, you sound like Fran Drescher, your voice is so annoying. And my friend who's in voice casting was like, you don't actually sound like that. Whoever mic'd you that day didn't mic you well. And I was like, whoa, really? And he was like telling me about how different microphones can really isolate the highs or the mid-tones or the low tones of your voice. And he was like, if they're only, like, if the way they have their audio set up, they're only highlighting the higher, more nasally parts of your voice, then yes, it doesn't sound like your full voice. But it's so interesting because it's not something that, because I've never worked in voice casting, it's not something that I really paid attention to, but it's definitely good to know. So that's why I'm always like, thank you so very much for letting me know how you feel about it. So yeah, thank you for the feedback. But I hope this sounds okay where it is now. This is pretty much, here, I'll show you what it looks like on the edge of my desk. Hold on. Oh, it doesn't want to play nice today. Come on, get in there, pretty please. There we go. Well, now it's probably not going to stay, but let's see. Okay, so this is where it is, right here. On the it's on the very edge of my desk. It can get, I guess it could get a little bit closer, but I really don't want it to fall off my desk. And if I go to like type something on the streaming PC, I'm hitting it, which isn't ideal. That was part of my problem yesterday during Gong Show. Whereas where I'd like it to be, ideally, for me, it sounds louder now, right? Because I just moved it a little closer. Where I'd like it to be, for me, ideally, is like back here. This is a nice spot on my desk for it. I don't feel like it's gonna fall out or fall off or anything like that. But it's funny how just that little bit of space makes a massive difference, right? So here. Thank you, Catnip. Likes the nails today. CP says the amount of space for your mouse is criminal. It depends which game I'm playing. But if I'm playing a genre of game that I need more mouse space, I can move my keyboard over and just push this slightly back, and then I have more room here for my mouse. But yeah, that's why I'm like, I'd love to push this back, because then it wouldn't be all up in my mouse's business. Face mic? No, I don't want a face mic. That's what we were just talking about. So yeah, I'd like it to be back here. That'd be nice, because that gives me more room up here. But this sounds different, right? It sounds worse here than it does here. Am I correct? You put a square towel rack behind your monitor and mounted the mic arm so that it sits right above. Ender says, oh, wow, it does. Yeah, like I guess, so what you guys are saying is have it like come in and sit right above the frame. That's not a bad idea. That's interesting. That's something that I could look into for sure. Get a bigger arm and place it upside down from above. That's what I do. Okay, so CP, you do it from above as well. Interesting. Above the frame is good. We'll still pick up the audio. Okay. All right. Yeah, I just don't want to do I don't want to have to do this while I'm streaming. Or like, even if I got rid of the pop filter. I don't want to have to play games like this. Like, that feels very bizarre to me. I think I have an extra Rode boom arm, to be honest, DM Stretch. Snack Pack says soundproof the wall behind the monitor and mic. But Snack Pack, won't it bounce off the monitor anyway? Like, isn't that totally wasted? That's what voiceover professionals told me, at least. Is that unless you're soundproofing directly behind your microphone, your voice is bouncing right off the monitor back at you anyway. So that's not doing you any help. Here, like here's my mic, right? I'm talking right here. My voice is going right here around it and hitting right on that monitor and coming back. Like, unless I put soundproofing over my monitor, which defeats the purpose of me having the monitor right here, that does no good. Like, a lot of mics, soundproofing shields go in like a U around it like this, but then again, then I can't see my monitor. Audio woes. Alberac says it's louder now. It's probably louder now because I'm facing it. See how I'm facing it versus when I'm sitting back like this? This is the difference. Lucas said I had no idea how little space you had while streaming. I do. And I have even less space now that this PC is so large. This PC is so big. So it used to be, when this PC was smaller, this keyboard was moved a little further out and I had more room right here. But yeah, I don't have a lot of room. This is this is what I'm running with. Don't pay no attention to the messy cables. They're like extra messy right now too because I'm messing with all this. I do have the big red victory button just sitting here. It's true. Smaller keyboard? No, man. I mean, I guess I could get a 10 keyless, but I use the 10 key. How else am I going to type in my PIN and all that?
How do you do your budgets?
Nate says, how do you do your budgets? Thank you for the hydrate reminder. It's annoying without the 10 key, right? I want that 10 key. But yeah, this is usually, for those of you who are kind of new to my streaming setup, this is usually my top-down camera. So I have this top-down, and then when I do that, here, wait, look at this. So when I put this as my top-down, look how messy my desk is. I just have to move everything else out of the way and like move this up and out. And then I'm like, oh yes, and here's where I demo phones and such and nonsense. Okay, Alberac, this is interesting. Alberac says every time I switch to this camera, I'm louder, but I'm not switching the mic or the mic settings. So if that's actually happening, I am very confused. Dust in the Wind, I don't really love the green screen look, honestly. It is happening. Okay, so when I'm here and when I'm here, I haven't moved at all. I haven't moved in the mic at all. Those are two different volumes between here. So weird. Nothing should be different. Big difference. All right, let me see if somehow that's set to the exact same microphone. OBS is haunted. No, the mic source is the exact same mic. That's what I'm looking at right now. I guess I could try to go. I'm setting it to its default. Weird. It shouldn't be muted now. But again, here to here, I turned all that stuff off, all the noise gates and that kind of stuff. We were just messing with that. Okay, there we go. Now we're back here. Switch hotkeys set to do something audio related? No. So this is, here we go. Again, I'm not going to move. Here versus here. Testing 1, 2, testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2, testing 1, 2. That's bizarre. Everything looks the same on my end, so I have no idea how that's happening. And I'm not moving at all. I mean, I've got a lot of mics in OBS Snack Pack, but these are both listed as the same right now. The only other thing I can think is I can turn down... Is the mic directional? Yes. But I didn't move. I didn't move. Look, I'm here and I'm not moving. I'm not moving at all, so I'm the exact same distance and direction from the mic as when I am here.
Whatever you just pressed made that happen.
Yeah, I know. That's what everybody's saying. I'm following you. Thank you. Everyone's in agreement. But yeah, I'm not moving at all. That is so strange. I mean, I could take the mic out of both scenes and add it back in. Check the camera mic settings. I'm not getting audio. Yeah, there shouldn't be any audio coming from the camera at all. Yeah, delete the mic from one and copy back in so they're the same. So I have them here. I'm just going to take all gain off of both of them because there should be the same gain on both of them, honestly. But I can change that. So if I put this back down to 0. Okay, now there's absolutely no gain, so it's probably a lot quieter than it was before. I had the gain boosted. And now I'm going to go to this one right here where everybody's saying it's louder. And it's not boosted at all. And again, it's the same mic, so it should be fine. It's still louder slightly. All right, I'm going to take it out of one. Could there be 2 separate profiles created for the 2 scenes? No. The mic is the one on the stand, and I'm not moving, and it's not moving. Both lost the boost. Yeah, they were both supposed to be boosted by the same amount, but I'm wondering if that was the difference between the 2. That 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Still a difference. Now it sounds almost normal when it's on the hand cam. Still a volume difference. Yeah, this is bizarre. Okay, I'm going to remove both mics, so I will be muted for a second. I'm going to remove both mics and add them back in. Tank says try zooming the main camera. You're trolling me, right? That is a completely different device. Okay, let's see. Yep, I'm going to delete them both and put them back in. Hang tight. If it will even let me. No, no, no. Mics can boost audio. You're not trolling. Mics can boost audio on camera zoom, but I'm not using this as my microphone at all. Not even a little bit. Totally different thing. Here, just because you want to see it. Here. Blah. Total zoomed. Now I'm actually closer to the microphone right now because I have to hold on to this camera. But this is a completely different camera with a completely different setup. Totally different thing. Absolutely different thing. Yeah, let me see where. I'm trying to see if like the microphone in this scene got put into a folder or something. Okay. Let me see if it will let me do this. All right. Again, I feel like it's really quiet now, but I've got it in. It's there. I don't know if this is any different. Here we go. Going back to this. Is it very different from here now? Is it very different to here now? Sometimes is the answer. Let me see. No, sounds better. Okay, so maybe now it's the same. Let's try. Oh, fingers crossed. Hold on. Here we go. All right, ready? Gonna count to 20 and switch it back and forth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Sounds fixed? That is the most bizarre thing I've ever heard in my life, but that's okay. Now, question. Do you want me to boost it back up? Now it's only picking up the desk mic. Yeah, that's what it should have been picking up the whole time. A wee bit, please. 16-bit banter says no. It looks to me like my volume levels are really quiet. So let me go in. Boost, yes, like, thanks. Okay, great. Okay, let's see how it is. Sam says they're not quiet. Well, wait till you hear, like, a new subscriber. And then you're going to be like, oh my gosh, it's so loud, Trisha. All right, how do we feel about this? Does this feel good? Puts the wacky in Wacky Wednesday. Wacky Wednesday is the perfect stream to do this business, in my opinion. Is this better, or do we want it a little bit louder?
A new subscriber.
In comparison to that.
Steel yourself. We are building an army.
Alexander, thank you for gifting a community sub. Kaz Mike Kamikaze, thank you for gifting 5 community subs. Okay, CP says maybe just a little bit more. Okay. How do we feel about that? Is that better? Is that better? That might be good. Levels are good. All right. We will leave them at that. Junior Dax says still a little bit more. Just a pinch more. Divide by no.
Subscriber.
Thank you for using your Prime sub here. I appreciate it, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, good. Sounds good. All right, so we've got it slightly boosted. And just to double check that it didn't only boost it on one camera angle. Let's go back to this. Boost, does it sound the same? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. fine. Let's see. Same. Oh, thank goodness. Thank you, everybody. It's magic. The announcer did sound bassier, yes. Yeah. That man has a deep voice, for sure, and I do not. Okay, so I'm glad we figured it out. Thank you. Good work, team. That was wild. Thank you for all of that. Okay. Snackback had a good suggestion. What was Snackback's suggestion? Test. Switch the scene and speak into the mic on the camera to see if it's picking up. Here's how you would tell. Sound changed when you moved the cam away. It did this last time. Everybody else said it sounded the same. But here's how you can tell if it's picking up in the camera. I'm going to mute the desktop mic, and if you can hear nothing, then it's not picking up in any other mic, right? So here we go. I'm muting the desktop mic. Okay. There you go. So you couldn't hear me, right? That means it's not picking up on any other mic. And we'll try it on the other one. Here we go. It's on this one. I'm going to mute it. Are you ready? Hold up. Wait a minute. And... okay. Then yes, there is no other mic picking up my audio because you would have heard something. But I can promise you there's no other mic picking up audio. That was just the test to confirm it. Lip readers, where are you at? Yeah. I mean, that's always the hard thing with OBS troubleshooting is like, of course you want to start from the like, did you turn it off and turn it back on again? Is there something else picking it up? But like, it's good to start with those things, but also like, I have a very good understanding of my streaming setup. So some of the more obvious things, it's like I said, it's good to double check, but at a certain point, yes, I got that. Thank you. I know maybe you were just imagining that when I did this sound changed, but I promise there's no mic being picked up from this. Promise that that's the truth. I mean, the difference you might have heard is that when I swing in this microphone, I move closer because I have to hit a button here. Like right now, I am closer to this mic than when I'm back here. And that will sound different by nature of my body moving closer or farther from the mic. So that's probably when you were like, but you moved the mic and it sounded different. That could be it. DM Stretch says, Trisha, do you still have that tech advice channel in your Discord? I do. Jayhawk says, when your life frustrates you, just look into the camera and go, blah. Yes, and zoom. Zoom for added effect on the blah. But yes, we do have a tech help channel in the Discord. So if anyone ever has questions about whether it be your streaming setup or Tyler recently asked about switching to a new phone, or someone had just pinged me recently about a 2 streaming setup and how you get it into the capture card, 2 PC streaming setup. That's a great place. That tech help section is a lifesaver. I agree. I've used it before. Are you kidding? Like early pandemic when I had all those networking woes? Whoo! That tech help channel, some of you are networking wizards. Where's Classy? She needs to make the blech an emote. Classy has been so awesome, by the way, with the new emotes. Classy's been absolutely killing it. For anyone who loves the bone dragon emotes, we've got the 2 bone dragons, a rave dragon, and a new static and animated ban emotes for the tier 3. And it's very, very fun. Yeah, there's some of those dragons coming out. I love it. Oh, and Amanda, yay, I'm glad it's working for you. Amanda, I know I had 2 days in a row that I couldn't get the closed captioning working. And, thank you for your patience. But it did take me a couple days to figure out a new solution. But pretty soon, right after that, within like another day or two, I'd had 2 solutions figured out. And the one that we're running with right now is my favorite. Not only does it work for Twitch, it also works for my Amazon live streams, which that was like such a happy coincidence. Because I don't know if you guys remember, but the Amazon live streams where I had the big blocky captions at the bottom, not my favorite. But that was the captioning tool that Amazon had suggested I used, but I thought it was not great. So the fact that this new solution for Twitch also just happened to work for Amazon Live, I was like, yes, win! And it's actually very easy to use. The new closed captioning tool I'm using is much easier than the closed captioning tool I was using before. So very, very exciting. Good things all around. And I see some folks in the tech help channel of Discord already. Orion, I'm glad you let me know that you sent something because then I will head to the P.O. box and pick it up. Because we don't get to the P.O. box all the time. I honestly, I haven't been there in a while because of all the home construction stuff going on. So thank you for letting me know that you sent something. I'll make sure to go pick it up. Usually I get to the P.O. box like once a week or once every other week to mail things out. But since my inventory center, aka warehouse, aka garage, is a total catastrophe zone right now, I can barely move around in it. I have not been to the P.O. box lately because of that. So I will go check it out. Forlorn says, I haven't used the CC on Amazon because they're terrible, so I can re-enable. The CCs that I had to do, the closed captioning that I had to do on Amazon before, were burned into the stream. So it wasn't something you could turn off or on. It was burned into the stream, and it was not good. They were like, if I switched to my close-up cam, like the burned-in closed captioning took up the whole close-up cam. It was not good. But yes, now it's much better, in my opinion. Let me know as a viewer if it's much better for you, but it's much better, in my opinion, as a broadcaster. Dun, 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 dun. Hi, Azu, welcome. My 5-year-old hearing you say Orion, I thought she was talking to me. Oh, hi. Hi, friendo. How are you today? Alberac says I have lint on my shirt. On my jacket, maybe? This is my left. You said on my left. It's maybe you saw the Valorant. Nope. Oh, is it? I never know if it's on my... Oh, yeah, right here. Huh. Thank you. I don't even know what that is. Looks like a piece of paper or something. I was in the warehouse, we'll call it, doing some inventory stuff because I have an Amazon stream on Friday and I have to get all the boxes ready for it. Thanks, Grim, says the Triforce necklace is dope. Thank you. I wear it almost every day. It's there. Okay, I did say today would be Wacky Wednesday. Chat picks the game, not Wacky Wednesday, tech troubleshooting all day. So, but really that was tech fine tuning until we discovered that for whatever reason on the top down camera, the mic sounded way different. I don't know what was up with that. That is bizarre, y'all. Did I get an alarmo? No, I don't know how I feel about the alarmo. It's weird. Clorpdonk says, did you wear the Triforce on LA by Night? I did not, because Casey wouldn't have worn the Triforce. Is today still a Nintendo Day 2? No. So I posted this in the announcements section of Discord. But Nintendo Friday will be Nintendo Friday. It'll still be Nintendo Weekly on Friday. I didn't think I'd be able to do it on Friday originally, which is why I had moved it to today. But then I got a heads up that the game preview event I have on Fridays in the afternoon, meaning I can still do Nintendo Weekly on Friday. So it will be. DM Stretch, good. People will get back to you. It might be me. It might be someone else. Humble Sage says I would need the Triforce of Wisdom to understand the tech stuff. Dude, for real. Jayhawk. What? Software does do weird stuff sometimes. Yeah, it definitely does. It definitely does. Somehow, so this is what happened, by the way. This is how we fix that. So should anyone run into this problem in the future, the way that we fixed it was that somehow the mic had been removed from the sources in this scene, yet still showed up in the audio mixer and gave levels. Versus in the other scene, the mic was listed in sources and the audio mixer. Which, if you take it out of sources, it should no longer be in the audio mixer. That makes no sense whatsoever. But that's what it did. So I don't know how it erased it as a source, but kept it in the audio mixer. So anyway, I just re-added it back in as a source. And then it was fine. Ghosts. Yeah, clearly ghosts. Tank says that is weird. Yeah. Because that's when you guys were saying it was different between the two, I was like desperately searching for anything. DM Stretch says I don't use a mic in the sources. I set mine in the default settings, so it's the same across the board. But what if you want to mix a non-source, says Alex, just causing problems. Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe in my overall Twitch settings, sometimes somehow it added the default mic, which it shouldn't have. I usually have that turned off specifically so that I can control it by scene, because there's some scenes I don't want the mic in. Like, I am happier not having a mic in certain scenes at all. Let's see. Def Amanda, I see what you're saying, but I'm not sure what it's pertaining to. Are you saying that specifically for Amazon live streams or right now? My mistake was assuming that it should make any sense at all. If it's not your stream and you're streaming using their system. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Amanda, for Amazon Live, if it's not my stream, I'm streaming using their system. Now I'm getting it. If there's another voice, the closed captioning may not pick it up, but yours only. Kind of like a one-sided conversation. So that's so weird. So I'm sending closed captions to them, and they say they're using their own closed captioning tool. So I don't know what their closed captioning tool is or isn't doing, but it's supposed to be working. Any streaming, like if you do a podcast, for example, you have someone over the voice, the CC won't get theirs, but yours only. So the way that the new closed captioning tool that I'm using works, just to give you a little clarity in why that might be happening, the new closed captioning tool that I'm using, the way that it works is it's only closed captioning things picked up by this microphone. So it's taking the captions from things picked up by this microphone. So if I'm talking to someone else, it's not sending their closed captions because they're using a completely different microphone. And Amanda said any captioning for some reason is having this as an issue. I can't find one that actually works because that's how it's doing it. It's doing it by taking your speech from a certain microphone input, generating captions, and then sending those captions through to the service. Youngster, thank you for the sub. Welcome to the Dragon Riders.
Still yourself.
So here, I can actually show you if you guys want to see how it works. The new one that I'm using that I said I like so much better. Here, ready? So you can see right now in my OBS, if you look right here, these are my captions being generated. And they're being pulled in real time from what my microphone, here we go, from what my so this microphone is picking up the words. The captions are being generated right here. And then OBS is sending them through to wherever I'm broadcasting to. So I can see in real time if it's working. It shows me a little red dot down here to let me know that it's sending them. But look, if I mute my microphone, this red dot will change and it will stop. OBS only has this dock if it's a plugin, DM Stretch. So this is a plugin I had to install. This is how I made it work. And let me see. So if I mute my mic, and now when I unmute my mic, that red dot is back and it's generating captions again. So let's see. While you were testing, I redeemed Get Booped to see how loud it was, but it didn't play. Okay, great. Amanda says, thank you for sharing that, of course. Yeah, so that is an OBS plugin that I'm using now. And so that's why whether I'm streaming to Twitch, whether I'm streaming to Amazon, no matter where I'm streaming to, my OBS is generating the captions and sending them through to wherever I'm streaming to, which is why this is a closed captioning tool that I'm finding out works with a variety of different platforms. Vega says, how do you remove the ambient noises? Is it by OBS or the mic does most of the work? So that's actually what we were testing in the first part of today's stream, is that everyone preferred the background noise removal that this mic does on its own rather than the OBS filters I was layering on top of it. So we removed all the OBS filters and we're just going with what this mic does on its own. That being said, this is a higher end condenser mic, so it's meant to do all of it. So that's one of the reasons why I went with this mic. I'm very lucky that I get to test out a lot of different mics for work, meaning like a lot of the work that I do for Amazon and just companies that send me mics to test out, which is cool. And this is one of the newer ones that I had to test out, or one of the newer mics, I should say, that I had to test out. And one of the reasons I really liked it when I tested it out is because it does have a built-in noise gate and compressor. And that way you're not using your CPU to do it. So it's not taking up CPU bandwidth, if you will. Amanda, I'm so glad that that was helpful. Sergeant Nobody says, I just got into the stream. What's the mic? It is the Rode X XCM50. That's what I'm using. And Rode was kind enough to also send me the Rode X XDM100, which is a higher end microphone. But the XDM100 would need to be on like an arm closer to my mouth, and I'm intentionally looking for something that I can put a little bit farther away. Tank says, I wonder how you'd program in live captioning to be able to take information from multiple PCs. That I do not know. That I do not know. Rode XCM50, how does it compare to the Yeti Blue? It is a more, I would say, more premium microphone than the Yeti Blue. I love the Yetis, don't get me wrong. The Yeti Nano Pro is the mic that I use in my traveling setup. So when I'm streaming on the go or from somewhere else, that's the mic I'm using. And I like that mic a lot too. CP says, I don't know why, but I hate that your chat window is relegated to a mere quarter of the screen. Yeah, you want to see it? Here, you know what? You want to see how I have everything set up? Because why not? Today's streamception day. Beef Pants, the AT2020 is very highly rated as well. Yes. Okay, so this is how I rock my second screen when I'm streaming. Everyone's got a different setup, but for me, broadcasting software and switching is right down here, so I can see those together. Chat is right here, so I don't have to look too far off to the side for it. I have it right here. Activity feed, I could probably take off my dashboard now because I usually pop out a different activity feed. This one was great, except for if someone tips on the channel, it doesn't show up here. Like the stream elements tips don't show up here. And so it's been a situation where it's like a gleaming endowment, and I look at this and I have no idea what it was. So I put this down here, and this is kind of my backup for this. So this is quick glance. This is backup if I need it. This is my, hey, I'm still streaming, right? Because if this goes dark, I know the stream has gone down for you guys. So I have this here. Up here, I have how long I've been live for, how many people are currently watching the stream, what the follower count is, what the bit rate is right up here, so I can see if the bit rate's dropping, if the frames are dropping, how many subs we have, how many sub points, and how long until the next, or how long the pre-rolls are off. So that's my data bar up here. Right here is all my quick actions. So if I need to do something very quickly, like start a poll or something like that, that's what these buttons are for. Over here, I can edit the stream info, which is most important on Gong Show days when I'm changing the Twitch category regularly. That's what I need this open for. Over here is my rewards queue. So when you guys redeem any channel points for anything, this is where this comes up for me. And then right over here, they added this as they did the new like knock feature with Twitch. But this is a collaboration bar. So like if another streamer wanted to come in and collaborate with my stream, this is where I would see and control that. I haven't actually messed with this at all yet. So if I took this out, everything else would have a little bit more room. And then down here is Discord. And I mostly keep Discord open in the side just in case like mods have any like heads up kind of things and need to ping me really quickly. But that's what I have that for now. What's the difference between the two feeds? Down here is my live feed, and up here is what you guys are seeing. So I can see how like much the delay is and stuff like that. I need a video wall. Yeah, I mean, maybe. Let's see here. Tank Shade X says, wait, I just realized something. Can you, let's see. Can you change which mic in the plugin picks up for live captioning? Then theoretically, you could do a virtual mic that picks up, let's say, a Discord convo, and then in theory, it should live caption everyone, not just me. Maybe. I haven't messed around with that yet. I know in the captioning tool, you can choose which microphone it is. I don't know if you can choose a virtual mic. And then I'd obviously have to look up, you know, picking up a virtual mic. But maybe. Steve says, I've never actually seen a streamer screen. That was cool. Yay! This screen is reflecting off your glasses. Yeah, that makes sense. But this is also why my husband says that streaming has made me slightly more like ADD as I've gotten older, because now I am really used to playing a game on this screen while watching in my peripheral all of this. Like I'm very good now at having all of this ready to go. Just being able to check it out. So I can see if the bit rate's dropping. I can see what the view count is. I can see what the activity feed is. I can do all of that. And my brain is constantly pinging all of those things at the same time. Which is very helpful for hosting jobs, honestly, because normally I have all of that plus a producer in my ear telling me things. Lack of Word says ADD or just good at juggling now. Well, the reason he says ADD is because then when I sit at this computer and great background of beachy water and umbrella. Thank you. It's a picture from my honeymoon. But now when I sit at this computer and try to focus on one thing, I can't. Like, it's very hard when we have, like, because we do our therapy sessions at this computer, or like when I'm doing virtual D&D night with friends. It's so hard for me to just do one thing because everything in my body is like and like wanting to do a million different things at the same time. Lucas says, would a vertical monitor or something like an LG dual up monitor help with keeping track of everything? I mean, I have it all situated here just fine. I wouldn't go smaller than this size monitor. I like it. It's a 27-inch, and I like it that size for what I need it for. But honestly, if I had them in different places, I would have more places I needed to check. Like originally, I had a monitor installed up here, and I never used it. Like I just had no reason while I was talking to camera to look up. It felt weird to me. But if I put another monitor over here, I feel like for me, it would be harder because then I'd be looking here and here all the time. I don't know. Maybe I'd get used to it eventually, but I've just been doing it this way for so long that I'm like, chat, game, stuff. And that's how my brain goes. Like, that's what my pattern is. And if I had to add, like, some stuff, game, chat, other stuff, I don't know. Grim says looking up would be weird and bad for neck muscles. You don't get people putting monitors up high. It seems uncomfortable and unnatural. Wait, take it back to last stream. All I'd have to do to see the monitor all the way up there is do this. Oh, hey. Hey, everybody. Now I can see that. That's cool. Sorry, if you missed last stream, that made no sense. But that's what that function on your gaming chair is. So you can see your monitor up high, clearly. CP says that's what I do, unironically. Planetarium projector for my third screen. Yeah, and honestly, if I had a monitor over here, I don't know, because I use an ultra wide, like I think a 3-monitor setup would work a lot better for me if I didn't have an ultra wide in front of me. Like if I had 1, 2, 3, as opposed to right now I'd need 1, 2, 3. My ultra wide kind of functions as 2 monitors when I'm in productivity mode and not gaming, because I usually have 2 windows open here and then my monitor over here. Can we see your POV looking at the main monitor? I don't think my camera will allow me to do that because it's on this little arm. Let me see if I take it off the arm for a little bit, maybe. But, I mean, on the arm, it's not going to be so great. I can try, though. So this is kind of, I mean, it's angled, of course, right now. But this is kind of my main, like, I see all of this. And then all of that over to the side. And then this is you guys. But that's it. But it's a lot of this. So if I had a 3rd monitor, it would have to be like all the way over there. Which would be a lot. But yeah, this is my view normally. DM Stretch says I used to have 3 monitors. 1 vertical until my cheap phone tripod fell over and the phone cracked one of the monitor screens. No. Yeah, this camera, it's funny because this camera looks like poo-poo until you dial in the settings and then it looks really good. So here, like this, I mean, this does not, you're like, Trisha, what even is that camera? And then hold up, wait a minute, because I can make it look nice. As long as I'm not, of course now OBS is like, no ma'am, don't do it. So if I do this, here's how I would fix this normally. But I have to do this every time I launch OBS. So I basically turn off all of the audio settings on it. And then I adjust to be like, that actually, hold up. That actually looks pretty good. So then I just adjust the white balance and the gain and the brightness and all of that on my own. But it starts every time with all of the auto settings on. And I'm like, don't do that to me. So look, chapstick. Like it all looks pretty good once I do that. But I have to redo it every time I stream. So I normally only set up this camera settings when I'm doing Amazon or I know I'm going to be using that camera. CP says, big curved monitor on the bottom and 2 on top. That's the supreme setup. Maybe for tall people. I feel like I'd just be like, all the time. No good. Yeah, 16-bit banter says, me too. I have to reset the cameras every time I open OBS. So yeah, that's the Logitech C920, this side cam. And it is the same camera. It used to be my main camera. Shout out to the early days. And the OGs out there who followed me since the early days. But that used to be my main camera. It is now 10 years old and still does good. And if you want to buy it, they still sell it. It is less than $100 and does pretty stinking good. You have the C922, yep, and all of them work the same way in terms of having to reset the settings. But once you get those settings dialed in, pretty good. Height wouldn't matter if one has set up the main monitor at eye level. So I actually do that a little different. I have you guys at eye level. You guys are at eye level, and my main monitor is just below it. So when I'm playing games, I'm usually looking here so that I can talk straight into the camera when I talk to you, which I guess not all streamers do. I've heard people say, like, oh, it's so weird that you, like, talk to the camera when you're talking to chat, but that's what I do. Snackpack says the C920 is awesome. Best zoom cam for sure. Yeah, for sure. I love it. And it's like such an easy one to recommend too, because it's just between $50 and $70 depending where you get it. Odyssey says that feels natural. Yay, Steve, I'm glad you like the behind the scenes. I love sharing this stuff. Vegas Ga says, I have 2 monitors, 27-inch, and a third monitor up, 27-inch, and I don't use it. Yes, with time, neck hurts. Also have a laptop on the side to watch YouTube. That is a setup. Like I said, I used to have one mounted up there, and we took it down because I never used it. Talking to camera equals talking to chat. That's how I feel. Like, I read chat over here, but, like, when I want to talk to people, that's it. Also, I'm probably a lot more used to cameras. But this also works for my hosting jobs, right? Or when I'm making YouTube videos or whatever. Like, I'm looking directly into the camera, so I want to have that at or just slightly above eye level, wherever it is. I don't want to be looking down at camera. You have a monitor in your TV, but your TV isn't connected to the PC. Oh, speaking of connected to the PC, here's another little fun behind the scenes. Because I have a 2 PC streaming setup. See, now it looks great for down here, but it's like blowing out the monitors. This is why we adjust our settings. It's because I have a 2 PC setup. This monitor goes with this keyboard, this mouse, and this PC, which you can see my all-in-one cooler is having a meltdown over here. But yes, all of the black and rainbow RGB go with this monitor. And all of the white, see down here, and rainbow RGB go with this monitor. So it's 2 completely different setups. They're just right next to each other. Lucas says, is that a second desktop under your desk? Yes, that's my Alienware. So the Alienware runs the games and this monitor. And I'm laughing at my cooler right now. I don't recommend this cooler, guys. I don't. Thank you, AMD, for sourcing the parts for me, but I would never recommend this Corsair H150i all-in-one cooler. Don't recommend it. Problems every day. Lucas says, why 2 setups? Sorry, was distracted. So I used to stream from one PC for many years, and then I would run into situations where I'd be playing a new game, and it would be like a situation where we were walking into town, and there were a lot of NPCs walking around, and the PC was like, can't run game and stream, and everything would get really framey, and like the game would affect my stream quality, and the streaming would affect how quickly things were happening or not happening in the game, or I should just say the performance of the game. And so having those be run on 2 completely separate machines allows me to stream games at higher settings without it affecting the quality of the stream. That's why I do that. I do have a third monitor, technically, yes, on this PC. Catnip, we're just talking about behind-the-scenes streaming stuff, honestly. Here, I'm going to fix my dumb cooler that I don't like. Let's just fix that dumb cooler, y'all. So you know what I do to fix it? I just turn that LCD screen off so I don't have to look at it. As long as my temps are fine, which right now they are, I'm just not going to mess with it. What's the issue with it, Tank Shade X? There are so many issues with it, but my main issue with this cooler is that it's so tied to IQ software, and every time IQ software, first there's like firmware updates every 3 days. And every time an update borks or the software force closes or anything like that, it affects the cooling of my system. I do not love hardware being dependent on not great software. I don't like it. That's why I say I would not recommend that cooler. Because having a software bork means my CPU could overheat. Real fun. And it's interesting too, because like every hardware manufacturer has a software, and it's like, look, if I need to use it to like control the RGB or something, fine. But I don't like having to use it to affect the cooling of my system. Like if I go into the BIOS on this PC, it doesn't recognize any fans. I can't control my fan curves through BIOS. Are you kidding me? I have to do it all through IQ software. This is the first PC that I have ever had or put stuff together with the Corsair Hub Link or the Corsair H150i all-in-one cooler. It's my first time using those in a build, and I will tell you, it will be my last time. Based on this experience. Maybe they could win me back over in the future. But based on this experience, no bueno. No bueno. Yeah, CP says LED control software is universally trash. Most hardware manufacturers' software is universally trash. I can't think of one off the top of my head that I'm like, oh, I really like that hardware company's software. Nope. And it's really funny because you guys know I've worked with Alienware for a very long time. And anytime they're like, hey, guess what? We're revamping Command Center or Alienware. Whether they call it Command Center or Control Center, I think has differed over the years. So pardon me if I called it the wrong one. But every time they're like, we're revamping it and it's going to be awesome this time, I'm always like, okay. Like, I hope so. I go into it the same way I go into like remakes of films that I love, where I'm like, I hope it's good. I want it to be good. Everyone would want it to be good, but I'm skeptical. Dante says the problem is the software is made by engineers, not UI designers, so it's very not user-friendly. Sometimes it's not user-friendly. Yeah. But yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe it's like a whole different department needs to handle the software. I don't know. Wait, DM Stretch, you have your tower sat on top of an upside-down, old-style, thick plastic beer bottle crate? I mean, that's one way to like get some airflow under there, I guess. Do what you gotta do. So my PC on the floor, by the way, is not on the floor directly. It is on a riser so that it's not directly on the carpet. Dante says SteelSeries has pretty good software. Okay. And I will say, Alienware's latest revamp of, I can't keep getting it wrong. Command Center or Control. Command Center is what it's called right now. The latest revamp of Command Center is much better. Like, especially from a UI standpoint. You used to have to go into RGB customization to update the firmware on your peripherals, which never made any sense. But now at least you can just open it and click the peripheral and then access everything for that peripheral in one thing. DM Stretch, please share a picture in Discord. That sounds fun. Yes, carpet is bad for PC towers. It's true. But some people just don't have the desk real estate. Again, I know y'all were laughing about it, but my desk real estate is practically non-existent. I have used it all. Yeah, there's no way I could fit another tower on this desk somewhere. So I actually found these very, very affordable small risers. And that's what I have that tower on. I think I've shown them off on Amazon before. But I think it was listed as a keyboard riser. So it's meant to like sit on your desk and put your keyboard on top of it. But I used it for my tower and it works great. Lack of Words says, I never liked putting the tower on the desk anymore after the builds turned vertical. I could see that. Gotta worry about, like, earthquakes and stuff, you know. Although this thing is, like, the size of me and weighs almost as much. So I'm not worried about this going anywhere, to be perfectly honest. All right. I did say chat would pick the game today, and we're just hanging out, which is fine. Hanging out is totally fine, but which game today? We probably have about 2 hours to play before I have to take little man to karate. So will it be BG3 Astarion stuff? Will it be Final Fantasy VII Rebirth? And I'll just put in here Chapter 10 for anyone who is just joining in. Chapter 10 main quest is what we would do if we play that. What else are we trying to get through? I feel like we were just playing Until Dawn on Sunday, and that was awesome. But I think we should continue that on Sunday, so that people who can only tune in on Sundays don't miss more of that. That could be our Sunday game right now, Until Dawn. And Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, we're going to play on Friday, I think. Or, you know what? Maybe I'll put that in. Yeah, my son's been loving taking karate. He actually has a tournament this Saturday, so we'll see how he does. It's his first open tournament, like against kids from other dojos. He's only done in-house tournaments so far, and he does very well at his in-house tournaments. But I'm like, dude, you're up against other dojos. It could be very different. So we'll see. We shall see. All right, so BG3, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Frostpunk 2, and you know what? Let's throw a Game On Request one in there too, just because. Game On Requests. Throw 2 of them in. Animal Well or RE1. Resident Evil 1. Okay. Chat picks it. We got some noobs in there thanks to the Game On Requests. What's the game preview this Friday? I'm not allowed to say, Johnson. But it is a AAA title that is coming out relatively soon. And I have a game preview of it. You just beat Echoes of Wisdom? Nice, Chicago. Yeah, poll just started. Incoherent nonsense. Dun, dun, dun. David Hales, I didn't forget Tears of the Kingdom. But I feel like we can finish out Echoes of Wisdom and then circle back to Tears of the Kingdom. So yeah, Resident Evil 1 was Tank Shade X's Game On Request, and Animal Well was Armor of Halos. Oh, maybe we'll have a spooky Resident Evil 1 stream today. I never played that as a kid because I always thought it was too scary. Dante says, I think you screwed yourself by putting Resident Evil 1 in the bowl. That's okay! It's you know what? I downloaded it. It's ready to go. Junior Jack says lights out. You know, we do have the lights out channel points that we could do. If need be. Resident Evil is the spookiest. Frequency says, have you seen those keyboard trays under the desk? That could free up a lot of room. I have... But I don't know how that would work for my setup. You know what I mean? Like, I guess... Here. So there you go. It's at my lap. Like, this is... I mean, I'm sitting not great in my chair. But even if I was sitting right in my chair, like, my desk has a bar under it right here. So I guess the keyboard tray would need to be under that. And then my keyboard would be, like, all the way down here or something. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that would work for my setup, long story short. Oh, but here, while I was on this, can you see? You probably can't see it, but here. Can you see the little, like, riser thing down here that my PC is on? You can probably see this little leg of it right here. Well, And actually, please ignore this cable. This was so that I could capture the phone to play Anthony's game. Again, because I'm constantly like swapping stuff out. Catnip, you made an emote for me? Did you put it in Discord? Does my desk rise up like a standing desk? It does not. No, I have a big L-shaped desk. And it's very large and heavy, and it does not rise up. It's in my DMs. That's really funny. Thank you for making that. Catnip Ninja just made an emote of the blah. I almost wonder if we should end it on the blah instead of on the like me turning to the side. It's very funny though. Maybe not, maybe. All right, let's see. I'll save it. I'll save it. Hilarious. Here, I'm gonna upload it right now and see what everybody thinks. Man, that was fast. That was so fast, Catnip. Okay. Emotes. All right, let's see. Okay, animated emote for subscribers. It is making me laugh. I'll title it Shish Blech. Okay, it just uploaded, so let me know when you see it. Catnip said clip GIF emotes are a specialty of mine. Thank you. All right, the poll is done. And it looks like Resident Evil 1 by a landslide. 52% of you voted for Resident Evil 1. Okay. How funny. Thank you for that. Okay, so Tank Shade X, this is your game on request, my friend. Thank you so much for this, and we'll do it. Okay. Let me just adjust a few things on my PC over here. Starcat. All right. GOG. Did they remake Resident Evil 1? No, this is the OG, I think. Tank says also, I highly recommend controller. PC keyboard controls are whack. Okay, good to know. Well, I mean, that makes sense. It was originally designed for a controller. Of course, they like set the microphone on the PC. So let's just change that. Oh no. This is so old. And scary. Oh no. I'm looking for the Resident Evil Twitch category. Would this be Resident Evil 1996? Resident Evil, not 0. Yes. Okay, Resident Evil 1996. Okay. We're on the correct Twitch category now. Be smart. Fighting foes isn't the only way to survive this horror. What did it say? A woman drawing something? It's a map of first floor. Wait, why is it... Okay. It was just playing without me. Here we go. All right, we're playing the original. This was what was requested.
Resident Evil.
Ah, Rob just redeemed Turn Out the Lights. All right, I'm getting the timer going. Let's see. Timer for, what did I say, 10 minutes? I think Turn Out the Lights is 10 minutes. Here we go. Turning out the lights. Ooh. Okay. 10 hours. Dun, dun, dun. Chris or Jill? Well, clearly we're going to be Jill. DM stretch, that could be fun. Raccoon Forest, 1998, July.
Alpha Team is flying around the forest zone situated in northwest Raccoon City, where we're searching for the helicopter of our compatriots Bravo Team, who disappeared during the middle of our mission.
You haven't found it?
No, I haven't found it yet. Bizarre murder cases have recently occurred in Raccoon City. There are outlandish reports of families being attacked by a group of about 10 people.
No,
Victims
thank you.
were apparently eaten. Bravo Team went to the hideout of the group and disappeared.
Look, Chris!
It was Bravo Team's helicopter. Nobody was in it. But strangely, most of the equipment was still there.
Okay, this
However,
looks
we
way
soon
better than I
discovered why.
remember.
Hey! Come here!
Oh no. No, this is why I couldn't play, y'all. These dogs. Oh. What are those dogs called? Nightmare hounds or something like that? Oh, no, thank you. Okay, this is why as a kid I was like noping right out of this business.
Joseph!
No! Don't go!
Okay, can I pause it? I can't pause it! Hi, welcome Raiders! We're playing an M for mature game. I just want to warn everybody. And the lights are out because it was a point redemption. This is the original Resident Evil
Jill, run for that house!
from 1996. Welcome Raiders. Crimson says OG Resident Evil. This game scared me as a kid. Me too. I never played it because no thank you with all that.
Chris Redfield.
This 90s opening is pretty epic though.
Our modest fellowship expands.
Somebody!
Jill Valentine.
Hold on, I have to turn on the lights to thank somebody. Thank
Barry
you, somebody
Burton.
in San Diego!
Rebecca
As
Chambers.
soon as I get to a menu where I can pause, we're gonna party balloons. We're gonna have a...
Alfred
Oh,
Wesker.
guys!
Resident Evil.
This is ridiculous. They've escaped into the mansion. Where they thought it was safe. Ender, you were 4 when this came out?
Wow. What a mansion.
Hi, guys. Hi, Deckard Games. Brian and Amelia, how are you?
Chris?
Sorry, there's no pausing. I'm
Stop
trying
it.
to get to a point
Don't
where I can
open
like
that
properly
door.
address everything. But in the
Chris is-
meantime, let's get a shout out for Deckard Games in chat.
is it?
The Connor Army
Maybe
is
it's
amazing.
Chris.
I adore you both. I hope you're
Now, Jill,
thriving.
can you go?
I'm going with you. Chris is our old partner, you know.
I miss both your faces.
Okay, let me handle this. Stay alert.
There we go. Got a shout out in chat. You were playing Just Chatting. Okay. Will it pause there? No, I was hoping it would pause there.
A dining room.
It's so old school. You were playing Astrobot. I love Astrobot. So sweet and wholesome. Okay, it looks like we are finally at a pause. We're finally at a pause to give some party balloons to properly welcome the Connor Army. Welcome and thank you, Brian and Amelia, for sending everybody over this way. These balloons are for you, folks. Hi, I'm Trisha Hershberger, and I normally get to talk about tech and video games and just kind of general sci-fi, fantasy, geek fandom content as an on-camera host. That's what I do for my job full-time. And on the days that I'm not on set filming, I'm here on Twitch, streaming and playing video games. Today is a Wacky Wednesday, so chat picked this game, which is original Resident Evil 1 from 1996. Chat also redeemed some channel points to turn off the lights, which is why it's so like spooky and the lights are out in here. Normally we have lights on. And then somebody in San Diego came in and dropped a massive sub bomb on this community. This community is self-named the Dragon Riders. We like fantasy content here. So for those of you that are new subs, thanks to somebody in San Diego, you get a little dragon badge next to your name, a range of custom emotes. We actually just added a new silly one today. Based on my reaction to some tech things we were messing with just a little earlier. So enjoy those emotes. There's some sub-only sections of the Discord, but really the Discord's open to most everybody. And you have my thanks for supporting the channel. Welcome to the Dragon Riders. You're always welcome here anytime. And I always post the weekly schedule in the Discord. Somebody, my friend, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your generosity. Thank you for supporting this community, which makes me so happy. I say this a lot, but this community is my happy place. It got me and I think a lot of folks through the pandemic when we all felt very isolated and alone to have a community to outreach to. So thank you for helping grow the Dragon Rider Army. I appreciate it so much. Somebody in San Diego is just always out there sharing the positivity, spreading the positivity. You're like the good feelings fairy, if you will, just coming out there and blessing us all with positivity and good feelings. So thank you, somebody in San Diego, for being absolutely amazing. And welcome to all of the new subs as a result of somebody's generosity. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Now, again, we are playing Resident Evil 1 today from 1996. I was too scared to play this when I was a kid, but this was a chat picks the game request for spooky season. There is some pixelated gore, so I want to let everybody know the game is rated M for mature from when it came out, but we are playing it in the original. It's not like a remake or anything. It was redone on GOG to run on modern hardware, so that's the version that we're playing. Yikes spikes. All right, lights back out. Lights back out. Whoa. Wait. The controllers are all... Oh, wow. Oh, it's so weird to control. It's like, it feels like it's inverted. Can I, like... a dusty-looking grandfather clock. Tank controls. Wow. What about this painting? A picture of a woman. Y'all, this is going to be the silliest movement. I'm so sorry. What about when I have to run away from a bad guy like this?
What is this?
What is it?
Blood. Jill, see if you can find any other clues. I'll be examining this. Hope this is not Chris's blood.
Okay. Hope it's not Chris's blood. Can I inspect it too? I'm just gonna walk through it all. All right, how about, let's go this way now. There's nothing inside. A picture of beautiful scenery. I'm just gonna laugh at the movement this whole time. Crime scene tainted. I did walk through the crime scene for sure. I don't know if this was the way we were supposed to go. Okay.
Investigate if you hear any gunfire.
I won't be laughing when I'm trying to run away. Yeah, probably not. Okay. Lights are back on. Some of them, at least. Okay, so they really want me. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. So I'm assuming I have to go this way. Maybe I go through this door. No? Hello? Oh no, it's eating him! No, I don't like it. Do I have a... Nope. You guys are right, I don't like it when I'm trying to run away. Nope. Let me in! Let me through the door!
Barry?
What is it?
Watch out! It's a monster!
Let me take care of this.
Okay, that music was hilarious, though.
What is it?
Kenneth was killed too. Maybe by this creature. Anyway, let's report this to Wesker.
Wow, I didn't get to explore the rest of that. Should I go? I mean, we said let's report it. I need to equip my gun. Do I have one? I haven't been able... Okay, here. Sidewinder gamepad. Wow. Joypad, keyboard, or exit. I mean, this is not the gamepad I'm using. I guess I'll just figure out what the things are. That's not the menu I want. That's the only menu I have. Oh, okay, here, wait. We do have another one. A combat knife. Why wouldn't it start equipped? First aid spray. Okay, that's how I use my gun. You know, we're just learning here. Oh, I'm sure that controller is not made anymore.
Wesker!
Oh, no.
Help me look for him, Jill. And don't leave this hall for the time being.
And you guys said there's probably a run button? Okay, there we go. Found it. I mean, don't leave this hall, he said. Oh, you save by the typewriter, just like in other Resident Evil games.
Find anything, Jill?
Nothing. What is this all about? I can't figure it out at all.
Beats me, too.
Now it's Wesker's time to disappear. I don't know what's going on.
Well, it can't be helped. Let's search for him separately. I'll check the dining room again.
Okay, I'll try the door on the opposite side.
This mansion is gigantic. We could get into trouble if we get lost. We should start from the first
Iron
floor,
Man.
okay? And Jill, here's a lockpick. It might be handy if you, the master of unlocking, take it with you.
The master of unlocking.
Thanks. Maybe I'll need it.
I do have to say, I'm loving the VO.
Listen, if something happens, let's meet up in this hall. This time, I'll be there.
It is kind of random, like, for the first Resident Evil game, that they just have a typewriter sitting here in this room that has nothing else here. Like, why wouldn't you have a chair near the typewriter at least? You can save your progress with this. Will you save your progress? Yes. Oh, I like that she actually types it out, though. Okay, I like that. So, I mean, what she should be doing, friends, is getting the heck out of here. Oh, no, doggo outside! All right, well, we're not getting out of here, clearly. Can I not go up the steps? Okay, I guess I can't go up the steps. I kind of want to go check out where we just were. Because there was more hallway by that bad dude. And I guess we got rid of the bad dude, so maybe that's okay. Oh, you have to press use on the steps. Oh, this... Ooh, the controls. Construction noises. He's Kenneth from the STARS Bravo team. Now he's become a mere shadow of his former self. It looks like a picture of this mansion. Oh, will you take the clip? Yes. Will you take the clip? Yes. How many does he have on him? I guess that was it. Can you loot everyone twice? Just two. Okay. It's locked from inside. Is this a door? You have used the lockpick. Oh. There's a piano. A fine, grand piano. A beautiful bar. Why do I feel like I'm suddenly in The Shining? The master of unlocking. Cobalt says, playing the OG Resident Evil and not the remake. Tank controls. I can't get used to them now. Dude, I'm trying with the tank controls, but it's intense. I feel like, why would I lockpick to get in here if there wasn't something I needed to be able to yoink? Like, why? Why would they even waste my time going in here? Is there something in the piano, maybe? Fine grand piano. What if we walked backwards and then up in this corner? Oh, okay, this corner. Yeah. How do I... What do I do with this? Move that thing. That's what I feel like. I have to be able to move it. But how? Oh, okay. A. A did it. Nope. Go. Can I not move it anymore? Maybe I need to move it the other way? Hi, Freddy. Get some soft-soled shoes, Jill. Okay, it's not dash. It's not the action button. So I can only move it a little bit. That's like kind of back to where it was. There we go. Okay, phew. Will you take music notes? Yes. Anything else? Can Jill play the piano? A fine grand piano. Okay, let's see. Wrong menu. Use. It's Moonlight Sonata. You know, there's like zombie things eating people. But let's just play some music real quick. Ooh, very cool. Will you take gold emblem? Yes. Uh-oh. I guess the gold emblem has to be there. Otherwise, I'm trapped in this roomy room. Unless there's something else I could put in there. Okay. Could I? Is there anything, like, what are these, like, ashtrays or whatever? What else can I get to put in there? I'm like, I'd love to take one of these stools, maybe, and, like, prop up this door so it stays open. Thanks, Joshu. Okay, so there is something to put in there, but I don't have it. Okay. Well, we'll remember that. Oh, these controls. It's locked from inside. All right. I know the solution. Let me know if you want hints. Is it somewhere we've been already? Like, is it something I should already have? Look in the dining room is your hint for now. Okay. Dinner utensils. Just these dinner utensils. Dusty looking clock. Picture of a woman. Dinner utensils. It's locked from inside is the real story of this game. More dinner utensils. A picture of a beautiful scenery. Yeah, there was nothing inside this vase. We checked it. Oh, this is an emblem, though. Probably about the fireplace. Will you take the emblem? Yes. Did that unlock anything for us? I don't think it unlocked anything, but that's alright. We can swap the two out and see what that does. Frequency Punch says, what's tank controls? Apparently what I'm using now. Which is very confusing. Up is always forward, no matter which direction you're facing. And it's very tricky to control. Take the gold emblem, yes. Now we're going to use the regular emblem. Okay, so we just upgraded the gold emblem for the regular emblem. Sorry, I'm so awkward at these controls, guys. I'm doing the best I can. Rit plays. I am kind of learning tank controls for the first time, yes. Okay, now what happens if I put the gold one in here? Let's just see. Shut the front door. Grandfather clock time. Will you take the mansion key? Yes. Okay, well the mansion key... Oh wait, does that mean I can get in those rooms that were locked? Now check the key in the inventory. It's got a symbol on it. Looks like maybe it's like the blue emblem key, maybe for like a blue door. Okay, let's try if we do. You can't use it here. What about here? You can't use it here. Okay, all right. Yeah, I never played this game when I was younger because it was too scary. Alright, well let's save again. when checking it. Let's see. It's the shield key. Click use when checking it should then tell what type of key it is. Oh. Let's try that. So that's checking it. It just says you can't use it here. I don't know how to click use while checking it. It just calls it the mansion key, but it does have a blue shield on it. You can't go out the front door because of evil doggos. This game gave you and your friend nightmares? A woman drawing water. This is the art room. A beautiful oil painting. Oh, heavens. Nothing unusual. What's the painting, though? I guess we don't need to know about that painting. A picture of a beautiful woman. Nothing to bother about. A picture of a steep scenery. Nothing unusual. A picture of a chubby woman. Okay, was there anything else we needed in the art room? And is this door locked? Oh, I've used the lockpick. Okay, I feel like I need to go back in the hidden room first. Oh, look at the map. Look at the map. Good call. Yeah. No, shoot him. Don't let him eat me. Is there nothing in here? Come on. Really? Nothing? We just came in here to get our leg bit a little bit? Various pictures. Really? Why would we lockpick and come in here just to get noshed on? Ah, there were ink ribbons here normally. Is that so that you could save? Oh, because they had limited saves. I see. Interesting. Oh, look, there is something there in that vase, huh? It's a map of the first floor. Will you take it? Yes. Wait, but this, I already had this map of the first floor. Is it a different map of the first floor? The entire first floor. Creepy stuff. But does it look like I have more of the map now? How do I access the rest of the map, I guess? No! Ah! Oh, I'm dead. What is fire? I don't even know what's happening. Is it stab it? Okay, it's not X. Is it trigger an A? How do I aim at it? Did I get it? Okay. How do you aim? You need to aim, then action to fire. How do I inspect? I guess you can't. Okay. I'm so confused. And like, can I go in that hole that it just jumped out of? I guess not. All right. So you guys are saying I can aim up and down. Okay. All right. Now we know for the future. Maybe I should have just gone with the knife. That's the map. Oh, okay, here we go. Here we go. So it looks like I'm currently in that corridor. It also makes me wonder if I missed some stuff. All right, we gotta go straight through here. Green means there's no more items in the area. You said I could move this, but I don't know that moving it did anything. Should I have moved it the other way, maybe? Maybe I have to leave and come back. Yeah, I don't see anything. Click action on the floor. It hides ammo. Action, I'm just clicking action everywhere. I don't... Alright, no ammo available to be picked up that I can see. Oh, wow. Look at that. Beautiful. You died. That was rough. I see what you did there.
Resident Evil.
I didn't want new game. I don't know if that's what I chose. I didn't know if light or dark was the right one. Wait, can I go back? Never mind the monsters. No, I don't want any of this. Take it back.
I don't know what happened.
Barry,
Oh, old
where's
games.
Well, I'm sorry.
F8. Oh, there is a pause. F9 is the pause, y'all. Just in case anyone needed to know.
Resident evil.
Okay, so let's, before we do any of that, if I equip this, that's how we use it. Okay. I think I'm gonna do that instead of the gun. Also, what's this door up here? A carving of armor. Can I use the shield key? You can't use it here. Okay. Alright. Knife is worse damage against doggos. No. But the gun doesn't work for me. I pointed right at it and tried to fire and nothing happened. Do I have to get all the stuff again? I probably do. Okay, well, we don't need to go in that other room where the dude bit my leg. Because we don't need the tapes or whatever. Rob! Just use more channel points to turn out the lights again. Lights are off. It's very spooky. Just push it, man. It's a map of the first floor. Take it, yes. Other versions have a bit of an auto aim. That would be nice. Nate is not in the room trying to get work done right now. Okay, doggo time. Now before I push this the wrong way, I think. Oh, it doesn't let me push it. Never mind then. I did play some of the Until Dawn remake on Sunday, Cobalt. Oh, I'm like aiming right at him. Whew! Okay. But I can't loot his little doggo body. This way. And I know y'all were saying there's supposed to be a clip behind it, but I got nothing. These dogs are rough, man. Yeah, we played Until Dawn on Sunday, and I was having a great time. And so I thought I'd continue playing Until Dawn next Sunday as well. There we go. You take the clip, yes. Now I need to combine with that. There we go. Do I need first aid? Where's my health? Is it listed anywhere? Alberax says it's a lot easier when you have the controls figured out. Indeed. They're still really wonky, though. Creepy stuff. Now, if I look at the map, does it still show red in here? Yeah, so there's still something in here. You're fine. Your health is between Jill and the ammo. Oh, I see where it says fine. Okay, that makes sense. I love that Jill kind of looks like she has a mustache because of the shadow. It's pretty funny. A carving of armor. Not a carving of a shield. I have the shield key, but not the armor key. Oh, red is to just highlight what room you're in. Let's see if that's true. Yes, red highlights the room you're in. Okay, great. Oh, little bathroom. Look out in front of me. Here we go. Uh-oh. A tapestry. Nothing unusual. Oh, an urn with a beautiful picture on it. Nothing unusual. Give me this. Yes, I will. Take that. You best believe it. Yeah. Let's talk about me not having to aim so much. Although, oh, you apparently get the shotgun early because you're Jill. So Jill's the easier difficulty, you guys were saying. Oh, no. Wait, what? Wait, they're both locked? I can't use it here. Oh, wait. Hold on, can I?
Hey, what's going on?
She's
Jill?
so calm with the hey,
Is that
what's
you,
going
Jill?
on?
What happened? Barry, help me, please. The door won't open. Quick!
Stay away from the door, Jill. I'm gonna kick this door down.
Yeah, come
Hurry!
on,
This way!
go.
Oh, Barry!
That was too close. You were almost a Jill sandwich.
You're right. Barry, thanks for saving my life. But Barry, didn't you say you're going back to the dining room to do some research? Why on earth are you here?
I just had something I wanted to check. Now, let's get back to searching for the lost captain and Chris, shall we?
Thank you, Barry.
Yeah.
Okay. The Jill sandwich line was hilarious. Nice. I'm gonna run out of shotgun shells, though. The carving of a helmet. Alright, how are we finding more shotgun shells? Any of these dudes have shotgun shells on them? What was that bird? Oh. Here, what if we switch to this for the birds? shoot, they wouldn't have harmed me. I better get something for murdering all these birds. There's so many. They don't even stop. How many birds are there? You know, I played too much God of War, and I thought getting the birds was, like, good for me. I'm gonna get murdered by birds. Leave the room and come back in. Oh, no. Wait, I'm just stuck in here with these dumb birds? Huh. Let's see if I go back in. Is it fine now? Okay, I won't touch the birds. Yikes. A picture of a newborn baby. There's a switch below. Will you push it? Okay, that's the lights back on. Poor birds did nothing. Yeah, let's push it. A picture of a tired middle-aged man. There's a switch below. Will you push it? I bet they need to be pushed in a certain order. What else we got here? A picture of a young man. Okay, so baby, young man, middle-aged man. A lively boy. Bald-looking old man. People mourning the dead. Uh-oh. Okay, well, I definitely didn't do it in order. I'm gonna go out and come back in. Okay, this one is... All living things are destined to die, is the title. Tired middle-aged man. No. I think this one's the newborn. Newborn baby. Yes. So the next one was infant, I think. No, this was lively boy. Old man. No. Is this the infant? No. Of course, it's the last one I check. Okay, picture of an infant. Will you push it? Yes. And then it's supposed to be lively boy. Did we just pass lively boy? No, that was like man. Yes, lively boy. Okay, after lively boy, it should be young man. Yes. And what was the other one over here? That was the infant. Which one was this? Tired middle-aged man. I don't know if that one's next. This was the old man. And then death. Old man and death. We got that one. What was this one again? Infant. We got it. Young man. We did it. Okay, so I guess the middle-aged man is next. Okay, tired middle-aged man. Then we go old man. Old man and death, right? Am I missing any more? Ah, okay, it worked that time. Will I take the star crest? Yes. I don't like the new scary music though. Let's look at our map. Okay, so it looks like we can either go through, there's 3 different doors we could go through next. One up here. Whoa. Oh, we outside. Oh, I don't like that. No, no, no. Give me... I don't have any more shotgun shells, so I feel like I need to... Oh, come on! Oh, come on. Rude! This dog is awful. Oh, now I'm out. Why is he moving around so much? No loot on corpses, I keep forgetting. When the sun sets in the west and the moon rises in the east, stars will begin to appear in the sky and wind will blow towards the ground. Then the gate of new life will open. All right, well, clearly, sun is west, moon is east, sun, moon, stars, wind. Okay, oh good. I didn't even have to choose where to put it. All right, well, we got one of them. I'd like to go back to the typewriter now and save my progress. Translation, fill these holes and the gate will open. Yeah, totally. How far am I from my typewriter, though? Pretty far. Like, I gotta go back pretty far to that typewriter. But that's the only one I know. Okay, for those of you that remember this, is there another typewriter or should I go back to the typewriter? Chris and Jill would like to have a word with the architect who built this place. I mean, for sure. Yes, there is one near me. Okay, so I don't need to go all the way back, is what I'm hearing. Oh, let's just admire this painting. I wish I had time to enjoy these pictures. Oh, steps. Before we go up the steps, I do want to see... We found it. Yes, let's save our progress. Cobalt is right there. Anything else in this room? Ooh, hello. Will you take the chemical? Sure. Gardening tools, nothing useful. Aha, do I want to store anything? I mean, I don't know. I need some healing. Do I need the chemical? Was there spray in that box? I didn't see any. If there was spray, I should have grabbed it. Oh, I don't have any more spray in my inventory. I've used it already. Thank you, though. Well, let's just... Wait, what? Oh no. Okay. Not really sure how that worked for me, but... The doorknob is broken. I shot the wall, apparently. Oh, I unlocked this. Oh, I don't have any more. Oh no! Ah! No chance. No chance. Zombies are only much easier to kill than dogs because I was using the shotgun. The pistol takes like 6 shots to down anybody.
Resident Evil.
R.I.P. Indeed. It is okay. We did just save right there. Now I just want to check and see if there was anything else in here I needed. Well, there's another clip in there. Okay. And then let's pick up the bag of chemicals. No, I did not lose much progress, but I am going to save now after having done that bit. Oh, I can combine the clips? I didn't know that. Nice. Nice. Okay, great. Then yes, we'll save again after that. Item stack. Good to know. Yeah, this is funny because, like, obviously now that the game looks a little more dated, it's not as scary. But, like, this was terrifying when I was a kid. I don't need an ink ribbon to save right now. Should I use the knife on the zombies, or is that not good? Maybe knife is like, okay, I'm just trying to think of other Resident Evil games. Knife should be our last ditch effort, right? No, I can't combine it with that. Okay. No, I want the shotgun for upstairs. Knife is last resort. Okay. I know there's another friend here. Gotcha. Okay, there should be another one over here, right? Okay, so let's see. This door wouldn't open for me. That's for last time. You stinker. I only have one shot left with my shotgun. So many doors. What is this? Okay, that was my last shotgun for right now. Let the zombies get close. Aim up. Headshot. Yeah, that's what I just figured out since our last save. Now, is it not going to let me go through this door? Maybe that's not really a door.
Jill, what's going on? Any clues?
No, but something's wrong with this house.
Whoa.
You think?
This hall is dangerous. Maybe it's better to secure our escape route first. There must be a back door somewhere. Let's try to find it first, shall we?
Okay, let's separate again.
Just a moment. I found something.
What is it?
It's a weapon. It's really powerful, especially against living things. Better take it with you.
But how about you, Barry?
I have this.
Thank you. I'll take this then.
Okay, I got the acid rounds. He's told me to follow him, I'm guessing? I don't know what I use the acid rounds for. Wait. Barry, just wait. You get back up? No, you don't. No, thank you. I try to put them in the shotgun. Is he gonna get back up? Or only some of them get back up, friends? Come on. There's like so many rooms I know I skipped. I'm like, should I go back for them or is it more important to do this first? Oh, there's a downstairs option here. Blood pool underneath enemies means they're dead. Okay. Or when they moan, that means they're dead. If they just fall, they didn't actually get booped. I could really use some help, you know? Alright, well let me... I guess before we go downstairs... Carving of a helmet. A numeric key panel. You don't know the pass number. Is there a door here too? Okay, I guess we're supposed to go... Okay, I think there was a blood pool. Kickerton! Thank you for the air horn. Now where am I? I'm down here. Was there a blood pile? I don't know. Again, I'm gonna look at this map. Okay, it looks like there's 2 doors. I came down the steps, I went around the corner maybe, and there's 2 doors. Oh, these are the 2 doors. Is this a safe room? Well, I guess I could store the acid rounds. Vitamins and serums. Can I take any, please? Classy Librarian, I never played this when I was younger because I was too scared, but this was Tank Shade X's game on request. Okay, is there anything else in here? Anything on the bed, maybe? No? Get away from the windows, just in case something's scary. Okay. It's locked. A carving of armor. Yeah, this one's a little less scary because the graphics are so dated now. Okay, I think that's a blood pool. I'm like so terrified now that they're gonna get back up. Okay, so we went down the steps, we went in the save room, we ran around the corner. There was a door that was locked, but now we can either go... Oh man, there's so many more doors. You think I'm doing pretty good? Thanks, Tank. Outside? What is this, a generator? An old pump. Water seems to be sent from here. The lid is open. Could I put the chemicals in it? Just a guess. Oh no! Oh, that was good. Okay. So we took out the monster with the chemicals, and now I can go get whatever key is over there. The mansion key, yes. Thank you. I like puzzles. Was that air horn meant to scare me, Tank? I don't see a blood pool. Yup. Get out of here. Now there's a blood pool. Okay. Woo! Green plants. Go back to get them their health. Oh. Well, we definitely could use some health. Green plants. Mix green and red for maximum effect. I should have remembered that. How do I get them?
A new subscriber. Come, steal
here we
yourself. We are building an army.
Will I take green herb? Yes. Will I take green herb? Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna take all of them if I can. Rit Plays, thank you for using your Prime sub here. Welcome to the Dragon Riders. Oh, I can't carry anymore, so let's do... Will you mix the herbs? Yes. Use, nice. Now let's get this one. But I'm not gonna mix the two, because what if we get red? Yes. Thank you for letting me know these were here. We also didn't check out this one. This is the armor key. Okay, we now have the armor key. Armor key and shield key. And I know there were some armor doors that we passed for sure. Rip Plays, thank you for the bits. I mean, part of me feels like I should go back and save, but... What? It reads, some tigers have red eyes and a blue eye. Okay. Red eye and a blue eye. Does that mean I need to feed it like a red and a blue herb or something? I don't think I have anything I could do with it right now. Oh, gems in the tiger's eyeballs? That makes sense. Yeah, we don't have any gems yet. I've used the lockpick. Oh, good. I needed this. Yes, I will take the clip. For sure, I will take the clip. Anything else? Nothing special? Is there gonna be a zombie in this closet? Okay, it's not letting me through there, so. Ah, I knew it! Woo! Goodness. Oh, but I need that. Okay, hold up, hold up. Will I take the shells? Yes, I will. I will also combine those shells with my shotgun. Read the book. Keeper's Diary. May 9th, 1998. At night, we played poker with Scott the guard, Elias, and Steve the researcher. Steve was really lucky, but I think he was cheating. What a scumbag. May 10th. Today, a high-ranking researcher asked me to take care of a new monster. It looks like a gorilla without any skin. They told me to feed them live food. When I threw in a pig, they were playing with it, tearing off the pig's legs and pulling out the guts before they actually ate it. May 11th. Around 5 o'clock this morning, Scott came in and woke me up suddenly. He was wearing a protection suit that looks like a spacesuit. He told me to put one on as well. I heard there was an accident in the basement lab. It's no wonder those researchers never rest, even at night. May 12th. I've been wearing this annoying spacesuit since yesterday. My skin grows musty and feels very itchy. By way of revenge, I didn't feed those dogs today. Now I feel better. Why? Why didn't he feed the dogs? I went to the medical room because my back is all swollen and feels itchy. They put a big bandage on my back, and the doctor told me I didn't need to wear the spacesuit anymore. I guess I can sleep well tonight. When I woke up this morning, I found another blister on my foot. It was annoying, and I ended up dragging my foot as I went to the dog's pen. They've been quiet since morning, which is very unusual. I found that some of them had escaped. I'll be in real trouble if the higher-ups find out. Even though I didn't feel well, I decided to go see Nancy. It's my first day off in a long time, but I was stopped by the guard on the way out. They say the company has ordered that no one leave the grounds. I can't even make a phone call. What kind of joke is this? Bye, Chicago. I heard a researcher who tried to escape from this mansion was shot last night. My entire body feels burning and itchy at night. When I was scratching the swelling on my arm, a lump of rotten flesh dropped off. What the hell is happening to me? Fever gone, but itchy. Hungry and eat doggy food. Itchy, itchy. Scott came. Ugly face so killed him. Tasty. Itchy. Tasty. Okay, well, the keeper maybe is this guy. Creepy! Okay, now where am I on the map? I feel like this is somewhere back that I tried to go before. Okay, so this was one of the rooms that was locked from the inside. I wish we could zoom in on our map, because it does look like on our map there's a, like, glowy thing. And I'm like, what is that glowy thing? I guess we'll find out. For Itchy Tasty. Ah, okay, I know where we are now. This is where I first came in from the dining room. So I need to go right and then left or straight. Where's that put me? Oh no, okay, this was the room I was just in, so not here. Catnip, to be fair, I wouldn't let Logan play this game. Oh, this was the emblem room. It's locked from the inside. Can we move the piano? Back, turn. It's locked from the inside, but wait, look at this. Is there an elevator maybe, or a dumbwaiter there? Nothing more to do in this room, you said. Okay. We'll just have to figure out how to get to that other room in a bit. I'm actually going to go back out to the main hallway. And save. Because I think we can get into more rooms down on the bottom. Okay, was this an armor room? Could have been. Yes, we used the mansion key. An object of art. Nothing special. Can we move it, maybe? Yes, I will take that. Thank you. Okay, that was 6, so he should be done. There's the pool of blood. The desk is locked. Will you use the lockpick? Yes. I can't carry any more items. Well, you best believe I'll be figuring out how to get that. So let's do... Can I stack these? Mixing these does not seem to work. Can I combine the keys? I want it. Well, at least I guess that I can just remember that it's there. I'm not going to leave. I know there's that other door there, but various things. guess I have to wait till he gets close. No, 6 didn't do it. 7 on that fool. But here, now if I combine... Yeah, now I have enough to go back and get that. Nothing special. Although last time I moved one of these, there was a door. Let's go back and get those shells, please. And just for funsies, it quit. Oh, a mirror. Oh, and some more herbs. Oh, man. There's herbs in this room and I can't even get them. No fair. All right, I'm in that room now. There should be another room after this. I don't have the key for this room. What if I shoot myself in the mirror? Think that'll go over well? All right, well, you know what? We'll leave the herbs here because it looks like we're going to have to come back to this room anyway. This isn't an item box, is it? No. Okay. And I don't think there's a save box in this room by the typewriter. Got another piece of art. We did all this already. Hopefully that dog won't come out at me again. Or this dog. Okay. Oh, there's more plants. I'm just noticing all the plants now. We are currently in this room, and we just came from there. So I want to either go to the door on the right or the door straight ahead, but not the door at the end of the hallway. So let's try this. I've used the mansion key. Oh no. Please tell me that dog can't jump over the fence, because that's terrible. Oh, they jump over the fence. Whoa. But like all these green herbs and I can't use them. A rusty boiler, nothing strange. Yeah, I can't take it though. Oh my gosh. Get away, doggo. I guess I could, I don't know, I don't want to use my... There are herbs everywhere now that I'm looking for them. Is this another save room? No, it's a bathroom. Nothing useful. It's just a bathroom? There's nothing in it? Really? No, like, potty scare or anything? Just a bathroom. Okay. Catnip, I know. I need to end the stream soon, too. Okay, so I guess there's one more room I could try to get. There's two more. I mean, it is helpful at least that I've like cleared out most of this area. Is this where where's it showing another room? Oh, I guess not. I have to go through there. Okay, first door I went through. I need second door. Although there should be a typewriter through there, I think. Oh, this is the helmet one. Okay, so I don't have that yet. Yes. Okay, great. So I do want to store some mixed herbs. I guess I could also store one of the keys once I've used it, but I don't know how many more times I'm going to need to use it. I guess I could store the knife and then just run if something happens. I will save my progress. You know, Alberac, we might keep playing this. It's a good spooky season game. So next time we do Chat Picks the Game, remind me to put it on the poll to see if people still want to play it. But this is where I'm going to end the stream for today. I've got to take my little man to karate. He's got a tournament on Saturday. We're very excited. So he's got to get all his practice in this evening. And actually, it's so funny to be talking to y'all while the lights are out. I did well. Thank you, Tank Shadex. All right, let me... Ah, that's better. That's better. Classy says Resident Evil is such a comfort game series for me to watch. I'm too coward to play, but I love to watch. I used to watch people play this when I was younger and knew I could never play it myself. But it was always fun to watch other people play. And it's funny because now that it's dated enough that, like, I'm not scared of it, you know? It's just really, really funny. It's enjoyable, believe it or not. So thank you, Tank Shade X, for that game on request. And I'm glad that we got a chance to play it. All right, everyone. Whatever you decide to do with the rest of your evening, please take care. I will be live tomorrow. The current plan is to go live tomorrow at 1 o'clock. However... if I do have some filming I have to do tomorrow morning, so if that's running late, I'll let everybody know in the Discord if I have to push the stream. Otherwise, the plan is to go live at 1 o'clock p.m. So, again, thank you all for tuning in. Oh, my goodness. Somebody in San Diego, thank you again for being absolutely amazing and doing a massive gift sub bomb today. You are incredible. I feel like our subscriber count right now is like almost at its all-time high thanks to that. Wild. So yes, thank you all so very, very much. And I will have fun at karate. We're going to find somebody to pay that raid love forward to since Deckard Games raided us today. We're going to pay that raid love forward in the splash screen. So hang tight. All right. Thanks everybody. Bye.